Hello everyone, Brickosaurus2D7 here. Welcome to Season 3, Episode 5 of the Nerf Archives. Today we're looking at a blaster that needs no introduction, the Magstrike itself. And even though some people think it's outdated, I'm going to tell you right now, it is not. Cue the intro. The Magstrike released back in 2006 or 2007, I forgot which one. And there are quite a bit of variants of it. There's obviously the rarest one, which I have right here. That is the Iron Man variant, which released in 2008, and it actually is advertised as 2008, which is weird because usually when Nerf does a reskin, it should have the same date on the shell. And it makes me wonder if maybe parts were actually changed in the internals, which would have been awesome. There's also another red variant that gets confused with the Crimson Red series and also the Iron Man one, but it is actually a dart tag variant. There's actually a second dart tag variant, which is the blue one, which I think looks a whole lot better in my opinion. And these two released in a pack together, which is really, really cool. However, you actually can find them sold separately in separate packs. It is just extremely rare. There's the Icon variant, which absolutely sucks. Do not get that. It's not an upgrade in performance. The mag is proprietary, or the clip is proprietary. I'll get into that in a minute. The clip is proprietary. It breaks all the time. It's just a piece of crap. Do not get the Icon version. However, there is the classic N-Strike yellow version. Definitely get that one, because that's a good one. The blaster has a really unique look. It almost looks like a paintball blaster with this big tank on the side where the air tank is. But also there's like a piece here that almost looks like a part in a paintball blaster that you would like connect, or like, I don't know. It's weird, but it looks awesome. But the design is just amazing. There's a tack reel up here for whatever reason. I guess you could put an object there. The stock is really nice. Now you wouldn't think this is a good stock, but it works tremendously well. As well as the grip. Like, the grip is so good. It's almost perfect. There's this little narrow part up here, and then it goes down here. It's just like the perfect shell. It widens out at the bottom. It's absolutely beautiful, and it'll fit most hands. And there's like 3 foregrips. You could technically use this as a foregrip, the pump handle, or you could use this as a foregrip, which I think is the main function. But I've also found myself using this bottom part as a foregrip, so it kind of goes either way. Like, there is a lot of foregrip options, which is fine. The front one's probably my favorite, though, I'm not gonna lie. There's not really a barrel on the blaster. The barrels are in the mag, or clip. Actually, this is a clip, just to let you guys know, not a magazine. A mag is totally different. It's often confused, but it really is not a debate that matters in my opinion. Call it whatever you want. People get way too upset when you call a mag a clip and a clip a mag. But it inserts pretty easily. There's a little notch on the side, and it's very satisfying. But how does the blaster operate? Well, you take your mag or clip. I keep calling it mag because it is called the Magstrike. I also want to mention there's a little clip on here if you want to clip it onto your belt. So there's a clip on a clip. That is clip inception, my guys. Christopher Nolan, hire me, come on. But you just load them in. It's very easy to load. The clip holds 10 rounds. And load your clip into the blaster. And now your question is, so is this a priming handle? Is it electric? What's the deal? Well, as you saw in the intro, it is a pump-up blaster. Now, a lot of people don't like pump-up blasters. And I will never understand why. Yes, you do have to pump up, but you get insane performance, and the payoff is really good. I think pump blasters need to make a comeback, and they should be still more relevant in the hobby than they are. People put them off way too fast when flywheelers and stuff came out, and I really think we should bring back the pump blaster. But once you pump it up about 20 times, you pull the trigger to fire, and that is a real fire rate from a dart tag blaster or N-Strike blaster from the early 2000s.
Yes! That's awesome!
Yeah, you can see why this is a fan favorite. And if you can get a lot of clips, you rocked the battlefield back in the day, especially when you could dual wield this. It gets about 50-ish FPS, which at the time is really good, and I would say it's even good now. Like, you can get some really good ranges as you see on here. FPS doesn't equal range. A lot of people don't understand that. This blaster is a bladder blaster, so yeah, FPS and range are a little bit different than your traditional style. This thing goes really, really far and actually really accurate for a blaster like this. It kind of outclasses everything from the N-Strike era. But it still has the same FPS. It's just a different launching system, so the FPS is about the same. And that fire rate is not something to laugh about. It's about 10 rounds a second, maybe a little more than a second, but absolutely insane. You could literally turn the corner and clear a room with that. And the best part is you don't have to pay for a battery, you don't have to buy any batteries, you don't have to charge your battery, you just pump it up, and you can do it really fast once you practice. And there we go, it's about pumped up. Shaky camera. But what does it have to offer the hobby today? Well, sadly not as much. A lot of new blasters, especially flywheelers like the Venom Pro, kind of outclass this thing. But I wouldn't say it's outdated necessarily. But as something you can use to just clear a room or launch a bunch of darts, it works really well. And that fire rate, again, is no joke. But it definitely fits a niche role. It's something, it's kind of like a one and done use blaster. Like, you pull it up, you shoot a bunch of rounds, and you can spray a lot of ammo and take out a whole group of people if you want to, you know, not actually take them out, tag them out. Now, the blaster also does have some mod potential. Like I said, you can do CO2 mods, but also you can do air tank mods. You can take this out. Some people have done flywheel ones. It's insane what you can do with this blaster. I forgot to give the rating for the Magstrike in the video, so here you go. I'm probably going to give it the great rating. Now, I was thinking amazing, but again, there's a few small details that do hold it back from being actually amazing, so I'm going to give it the great rating. It is a great blaster, just not perfect in every way. So yeah, that's the rating. Back to the video. I really missed the era of bladder blasters, and at the time, this was probably the most practical of them all. And it happened to come at a time where other stuff kind of succeeded it, and it got shadowed away. And I kind of hate that this was kind of forgotten. And I'm glad Nerf brought it back in the Icon series, but I'm also really mad that they disrespected it. Oh, I hate Nerf I hate that Nerf did that. They literally brought back one of the best N-Strike blasters, in my opinion, and they ruined it. Absolutely ruined it.
Wow, this is garbage.
In the Icon series. I'm still fuming about that. That makes me so mad. But overall, yeah, I would totally recommend checking out the Magstrike. It's something really like worth getting today. I think it is really good for basement battles. Like, you're not going to have to worry about having a high fire rate, but also a really like high FPS, because usually those two things are correlate with each other in Blaster Wars. Like, not with stuff like the Hyperfire, but like when you get a modded blaster to shoot at a fire rate about like this, it's usually going to be a really hard-hitting blaster. And this is like really good for stock wars if you want a high fire rate. And also you don't have to worry about batteries. I will stand my ground when I say bladder blasters need to be more relevant. They are amazing and should have more of a place in the hobby, and people need to pay more attention to them. And I just really feel like we need to revisit bladder blasters. Maybe someone will do it. I mean, I doubt Busby will go back to it. Nerf, maybe. Nerf is probably the most likely. I mean, we have the Moto Blitz, which was very recent. I mean, 2022 was, 2 years ago. How is that 2 years ago? I'm not that old. Ugh. I'm just mad that bladder blasters aren't a big deal. And I feel like this is one that even has good implications today. Anyway, guys, thank you all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this episode of the Nerf Archives, and I can't wait to see y'all in the next one. Bye-bye. Don't worry, I'm not gonna shoot you. I'm gonna throw a mag at you.
My junk drawer, my junk drawer. So many things, I don't know what they're for, but I won't let it go. No, I will add more useless little things to my junk drawer.